Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Apocalypse Soon, NoHo Park Edition. And now, he's sitting right next to me. You know who it is. It's our faithful host, Eddie Pepitone.
Hello, everybody, and welcome live from NoHo Park in NoHo, North Hollywood. And we're Tahunga borders one side of us, and Magnolia borders the other side of us. We're very close to Valley Village Studios. So this is just for people who know this area. We're very excited to be doing an outdoor event where people like our outdoor events, and we're very excited about it.
It's great. I just took a deep breath. And I'm like, wow, what a nice experience.
I'll tell you.
Beautiful day.
I have to say, since coming back from the East Coast and the Southeast, it's been beautiful in LA.
Yeah.
It's really like lived up to that kind of weather hype.
Yes. Well, as seemingly ironic as it is, there aren't that many days where you enjoy LA. You know, there's very few times when I'm like, I love this city. But sometimes, like today, I'm like, wow. This rules. This is great.
It really is great. And that's why we're going to just stop the podcast here.
That's right.
We just want to enjoy ourselves. No, of course we're not going to do that.
Well, I was hoping we could lay back in the grass and just stare into each other's eyes, if that's possible.
Well, that could be our reward.
Yeah. Okay.
After the podcast.
I like that. That's good.
Yeah. So what have you been up to, buddy? Well, we saw each other for the Graham interview, Graham Elwood.
Yeah, that was fantastic. I did a couple of shows this last week. We did a recreation of the movie Twilight last night.
Oh, that was last night. How did that go?
It was great. We had more people than we expected because we're starting the show again. And so we're building the audience again. But we had a packed house.
Ooh, where was it?
Lyric Hyperion.
Nice.
And yeah, it was a lot of fun. I was directing, so I was up front. I was on the front and kind of telling people to read
And these are
scenes.
movies like Twilight, and I remember I was part of something, Shrek. I don't know what it was, but these guys compress movies into its most basic scenes, and it's like boom, 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 and it just gets chaotic and nutty, and
you're supposed to be inebriated. But most of the people are
right?
sober on it now,
is that
so
right?
It's interesting.
Yeah. I don't know why you have to throw in the inebriation thing. Sounds like to me somebody doesn't want to do serious art.
Yeah, I'm just I'm prejudiced against serious art. You know, I don't like it.
Should we get everybody into it with a nice meditation?
I think that's a great idea. I apologize. I just looked to our right, and there's somebody sunbathing, and I didn't notice until this very moment.
That's why I picked this spot. Okay, are we ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, now join us for another episode of Guided Meditation with Eddie Pepitone.
All right, everybody, I hope you are in a warm, safe place. A lot of people aren't in safe places. They're under constant duress, and they are screaming in small rooms. And I am not talking about that. I'm talking about you feeling safe in yoga pants and you have a bowl of fruit. The furthest thing from your mind are people in small rooms getting beaten. to make clothing. Oh, no, you have a bowl of fruit. You're in yoga pants. You have like you're listening to whale sounds. You have a neighbor who cans their own fruit, and they're going to bring you some fruit soon. So hopefully that's the vibe you have going on. And with your first in-breath, I want you to forget about the fact that everybody pretty soon will be fighting some of the most horrific ecosystem-caused diseases ever. And just get ready for that. And there really is no way you can get ready for that. But breathe that in, and breathe that in a good way. Don't feel like you're going to have to do anything. I think this is where people feel bad in meditations. I'm guiding this meditation, and you don't have to do anything. It's already been done for you. Everything has been lived, every moment. Even though it is fresh, it is also completely recycled in the fabric, in our fabric. Everything is fine. You don't have to do anything. Breathe that in. And now with your next out breath, I want you to breathe out all the appointments you've had to cancel in the last month, like the foot doctor. You were like, oh, the arch hurts. I should go see Dr. Feinstein. But then you realized he's a pain in the ass, Feinstein. And it's a pain in the ass in general to go there, you know, when you could just like stay at home with the nice fruit. Now with your next in-breath, I want you to breathe in the blue sky that is infinite. The infinite blue sky and the infinite ways that you can interpret the blue sky, and the infinite and infinity means unspeakable, and not unspeakable terror that's experienced when a hotel is stormed by militant fanatics. No, I'm talking about just a beautiful, beautiful seaside resort. You have a bowl of fruit. You're in yoga pants. You don't care that insurrections are going on not 600 yards from your hotel. If there's insurrection, so be it, you say. I don't need to bother myself about insurrections. And then with your next in-breath, I want you to just really, really feel a great lessening of guilt. Just let all the things you're guilty about, let them fade away. All the things you're guilty about the fact that you had to leave your daughter at the lip of the Grand Canyon, the very lip, because you wanted to hear the end of the Yankees game, and you ran to where there was a good signal, and when you turned around, your daughter had plummeted so many, many feet that it was... Just forget that guilt. Just let that guilt and other guilt, the guilt you've had about running a family of 4 off Mulholland Drive by accident. Everything's by accident and nothing is your fault. Let all the guilt go. Let all the guilt go that you drove your parents both to early graves with a constant lack of respect, a lack of obedience. Let all of that. What I'm asking is let the little mistakes, they're not mistakes, it's just life. All right, so you drove a couple of people literally into ditches and mental institutions. I'm asking for you to let that go. Let it go. And now with your next out breath, I want you to breathe out all the associated pain you have with being an asshole.
Thanks for joining us on another guided meditation with Eddie Pepitone.
Oh man, that felt good. That felt good to like just really kind of cleanse ourselves of the things that may or may not bother us.
Yeah, it's like kind of a confession. You know, it's like you confess
my whole
your
existence
sins.
is a confession. When I wake up in the morning, people look at me and I just go, yes, I did it. I did it. I immediately confess to any crime that's been committed within a reasonable amount of space.
You've been referred to as a serial confessor.
I've been, yeah. But I'd rather do that and confess all the things that are burdening me.
Yeah.
That's why confession, you know, it's a tool. The priests have handed it over to the psychiatrists. And pretty soon, you know, psychiatrists are handing it over to your Instagram friends.
Yeah.
Who are insightful. A lot of people on Instagram, very insightful people.
Yeah, the Instagram, I mean, sometimes you can get some real solid life advice, you know, from just a picture with a background of some clouds, you know, and just a couple of words.
Yeah.
I break down sometimes when I'm going through Instagram. I'll see something like that that speaks truth to my soul. I'll break down. You know, my kids are going, what's going on? I go, I'm on Instagram.
Hello, welcome to Instagram Confessions. My name is Lou Fredericks, and I'm here today with Mr. John Niska. Am I pronouncing that right, John?
Jays.
What?
Jays.
Yes, okay. Mr. Niska, let me ask you something. You've wanted to come on Instagram Confessions for a long time. Why, sir? Why the constant emails from you? Why the constant cajoling on my voicemail?
The guilt weighs heavy on my heart. Many times, I ran over a family of 4 earlier today, and a guided meditation gave me the forgiveness I wanted. I just like to say, I also stole some milk duds earlier today.
This is just today we're talking
Yes.
about. Now, I would imagine, you know, if this is just today, it seems you're very active. So
I like to get out. I'm not like one of those hermits.
So are these the only confessions you have, or do you have other confessions?
Yesterday is another real doozy. I was doorbell ditching a lot.
Doorbell ditching?
Yes.
Really? Now, do you think a man of your age, you have children, yeah?
7.
Should you be doorbell ditching when you have kids? And tell the audience, those who may not know, what is a doorbell ditch?
You go to the doorbell, you ring the doorbell, and you leave.
Yeah.
And they come out and go, hello?
Is that the whole thing? Is that the whole thing?
That's the whole thing.
Sounds like fun.
I'm going to lose this accent. It does sound like fun.
It really does. Now, let me ask you something else, Mr. Niska.
Yes.
You are a self-proclaimed batshit, crazy designer of hair plugs.
Oh.
What is your favorite hair plug?
My favorite hair plug would have to be the Nimbus, N-I-M-U-S, if you're looking it up on Google.
N-I-M-U-S.
And it's made completely of a child's hair. And I'll tell you, this hair,
Wow.
Eddie, is so fine. It's so fine and soft.
Now, if I buy this said hair plug, I won't have a knock at the door from federal authorities saying, do you know where there are different children missing?
We are not responsible for any legal action that comes to you as a result of the use of our hair plugs. But I will tell you,
What was that? Your what?
we're not responsible
You're not.
for the legality of anything that happens. You know, we provide you with the young child's hair, and you know that's up to you if you want to shout it around. You know, but
All right, I just, I get a little worrisome, you know, when I hear things like, oh, this is from a child, you know.
Yeah, no, that people freak out about the use of
I can
children.
see why.
Yeah.
I can see why, you know.
But you know, it's just hair. You know, it's not weird. You know, it's not weird. At least, Yeah, but
but
I
usually,
ended up talking about the hair of the
usually
children.
I don't take the hair of other people, except maybe an intimate. Hello, hello, puppy. Usually I don't take the hair of someone I don't know. You know what I mean? I mean, it's usually hair that I have. All right, anyway, folks, this has been Instagram Confessions. My name is Tutliola, and this is John Niska, who wanted to get off his chest. He had a family of 4 and stole some milk duds.
I want to say, even my feelings, like my accent, have changed in this, and I feel relieved, and I just want to say thank you.
All right, well, thank you very much. John, I'm Ted Luca, and Instagram Confessions is brought to you by Nestle's. Nestle's taking water from the poor and selling it back to them. Those who can't buy it back die. Nestle's. We're in it to win it.
We're in it to win it.
Also, Yogurtland. Yogurtland, where the first 4 toppings are free. The 5th topping, we will find out where you live and we'll kill everything you love if you don't pay us for the 4 toppings plus the 1 plus the fee of having to get your fucking asses. We're Yogurtland, and we don't play that shit. We're Yogurtland, baby. We're Yogurtland, baby.
I can see that on a billboard. We're Yogurtland, baby. We don't give a shit.
We're Yogurtland, baby, and we don't give a motherfucking shit.
This, by the way, this part got busy.
It really did. I have to say, and this is partly what I was saying too, that being back in LA, from being back, the weather here has been gorgeous, like just gorgeous, and you can see like this is kind of spring fever.
Yeah. It's
And
nice.
California, well, anyway, California is one big spring fever place, isn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I
was
mean,
thinking
I
about
don't know
that.
anything other than the spring fever, and the drudgery of the Central Valley, the darkness.
Dude, are we going to be okay? Now, me and Kevin are doing a show. One show in Bakersfield and one in Fresno, but I'm worried that we're going to get 2 in Fresno, that we're going to get flooded and just carried away in a brother, where art thou type of way. If you saw that movie at the end where they flooded the valley, what do you think? And you're telling me, oh, we'll be fine, but I want this on tape. Folks, this is episode whatever, 1. How deep are we in?
I think this would be episode 63.
Wow.
Something like that.
A year and 11 weeks or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Time's been flying.
For another couple of months. Another 3 months.
Yeah, no, but we're on record. I'll say it right now. I don't think we're going to get washed away in a flood.
You don't think so?
No, I don't.
Because all the snowpack, they're saying?
I mean, what I read was it was like the flooding was going to be more of ruining the crops type flooding, not like Noah and the Ark type flooding.
Right.
But you know, I like to live on the edge, though. You know,
I'm hearing it can be a lot of different. Well, not a lot of different, but I just don't want to be in my Honda Element. You know, and I look to my right and there's a wall of water coming at me. And I look to my left and there's another wall of water, and I realize it's going to be over in Fresno.
Yeah.
Where I don't know. And I'm just like, so it's Fresno, God.
Yeah.
With Tinkin.
Yeah,
Is that why you sent Tinkin for the podcast? To take me out?
Kevin, I'm sending you to take out Pepitone. Lure him to the Central Valley.
Let's do a driving in the rain.
And now, driving in the rain with Eddie Pepitone.
The wipers were going back and forth. There was a bit of a glitch on one of the wipers. An irate neighbor of mine had twisted the right wiper to the point of no return. My neighbor was mad at me for playing Charlie Parker at 4 a.m. as loud as I could. because I was into the Birdman. And I just forgot. I thought I was on my headphones, but the TG Walkers I had been drinking. TG, of course, a fluid found in Fuji that'll knock your ass into next week, and I was drinking it. So my wiper was all screwed up because of my miscalculation about playing Charlie Birdman Parker at 4 a.m. The wiper was flailing on the windshield and the rain was coming down like a ton of bricks. As a matter of fact, more than a ton of bricks, about a ton and a half of bricks. Closer to 2 tons, really. If you were really splitting hairs, it'd be like 2 tons of bricks were coming down. One wiper working, I had to get this handsome breakfast burrito over to the CEO of D'Artagnan Industries. D'Artagnan was the company that produced Spanx and all other compressed clothing material. D'Artagnan was one of the biggest producers of compressed clothing. Nobody could compress clothing like D'Artagnan. And that's why D'Artagnan was in the compressed clothing game. It just made sense. And I had a breakfast burrito. I had to get to the chief operating officer, Steve London. London would like to get up at 6 a.m. and have his breakfast burrito by 7 a.m. piping hot. And I was steaming over to London's beautiful terrace-side apartment right here in Malibu, California, where living is not as easy as you think it is. So many people being beaten to death in prime Amazon trucks right here on the coastline of Malibu. They're lured into prime Amazon trucks and they're beaten to within inches of their lives. They're made to give out their prime numbers in the trucks. And if you've ever seen anybody have to give out their prime number under duress, it's not like giving out binary numbers or that kind of thing, or even square roots. These are prime numbers. And the rain kept coming. The rain kept coming like a porn star having one of his better days on the set of The Many Legions of Hank Johnson. One of the biggest porn movies ever. One of the Many Legions of Hank Johnson. Johnson fucked more people in that movie than the entire rabbit population in Peru in the summer of 2006, when Peru won the World Cup with Pepe La Tantanta leading the way and Arasote Fangiolini, who was not part of the soccer team. He was the fascist government. And the rain kept coming down. And I had to get this piping hot breakfast burrito to Lloyd Chunjin over in Malibu, where people were being beaten to death inside prime trucks for their prime numbers. I don't know if you've ever been in a coastal town when it's raining, but it sure is a hard thing. It sure is a hard thing. When it is raining, baby. And I'm talking about the rain coming down like a motherfucking sledgehammer. And there was a man on the loose who went by the name Cardboard Slim Slam. Cardboard Slim Slam man was a con man in the Malibu area, and he only came out during the rain. And this breakfast burrito I had to get to Lloyd Chunjin, hot and piping at 7 a.m. And there I was, right in front of Chunjin's place. Rain coming down, coming like a porn star, having the best day of his life. In a gangbang. By the way, this segment of Driving in the Rain is brought to you by Harry's Razors. Harry's Razors are made from steel that was once used in the building of small huts in the Amazon rainforest town of Bond. The Bond people who were extinguished this year from the planet by the Exxon Corporation. It was part of the new pipeline deal. The Bond population would be terminated. And Exxon, of course, had that. It was raining to beat the band. And I'm talking about a band. I'm talking about the Benny Goodman band. And I was trying to get the breakfast burrito to Chunjin, and all of a sudden Slim Slam Cardboard Man, the con man in Malibu, he showed up for me. He flashed his wet cardboard at me, and I said, Slim Slam, and he said, Flam Man. He took my burrito, and he ran into the Malibu rain, and I chased after him, and I yelled at him, "You bastard!" And I pulled out my gun that had I would shoot this tablet of pariah. It's a Mexican war dance liquid. So I shot it. Hello there. How are you? Look at this doggie that visited us on set. Oh, are you laying down with us? Are you laying down with us? Look at this doggie. Look at this doggie. Look at you. Oh, hello, pretty girl.
Oh, my God.
Look at you. You just want to rest. All right, so... Yes, dogs get attracted to us here at the podcast. We are the Driving in the Rain studios. Where are we located? Right here in the heart of the rain. The heavy rains of Bascaluna, Spain is where Driving in the Rain. The rain in Spain is mainly on the plain. The rain in Spain is mainly on the plain. I think he's got it. This just in, Driving in the Rain has gotten out of control. There's no way to stop it. Driving in the Rain is right now completely out of control. He was about to deliver a breakfast burrito to Lord Chunjin when Flim Flam Cardboard Man took it and ran into the Malibu rain. And since then, we've gone off the handle here. We've inherited a doggie. Where are you going? Go to your mommy.
Thanks for joining us on another Driving in the Rain with Eddie Pepitone.
Oh, that felt good. That felt good. How deep are we in there now?
29.
Oh, so about halfway.
About halfway.
So, folks, the first half of Apocalypse Soon has been brought to you by Norfolk Southern Railways. Norfolk, we destroyed East Palestine in Ohio, and we're coming for you next. Norfolk. We'll meet you in a town hall with a very likable, accountable, what do they call? CEO. Very, very down-to-earth guy who's got a family himself, has rickets. Always, by the way, that's part of the playbook of corporate malaise is
rickets?
Corporate, not malaise, corporate corruption, which, is, to put a CEO who has rickets for sympathy.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always thought a good CEO should have scurvy.
You what?
A good CEO should have scurvy or rickets. Shingles is brutal.
Hello, I'm Pirate John Stevens. And all of us here have scurvy. Every last one of us, right, Ted?
We've been searching for some lemon juice for months now, but we haven't found none.
If you can get your hands on citrus, please mail it to the ship sailing off the coast of Etria.
Please, 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 I need some juice. I don't know what the symptoms are of scurvy, but I'm sure it's bad.
We'll take anything but high C.
No icy again.
No high C. Especially the red.
My diabetes can't handle
No,
it. Can't handle
especially the red.
The red's
The
big.
red high C. The
Very
grape
bad.
is not very good either, but... Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second half of the Apocalypse Soon podcast. Let's do an ode to Pepitone. We haven't done one of them in a while.
Oh, I love it. I was just thinking that. And now a perfume for the everyday man. Eddie Pepitone.
Okay, everybody. The society is crumbling, but you still want to smell good.
Pepitone.
The society, all signs of civility are eroding. You see it every day. In traffic stop, arguments, in people getting angry at each other, in supermarkets. You want to smell good even though society stinks.
Pepitone.
There's a perfume on the market now that is made in golden retriever operational studied branch, which is a branch of Monsanto, which is now Blackwater Real Estate Company, which Blackwater has recently turned itself into SpaceX and the Sierra Club.
Ooh, Pepitone.
So you want to smell good. You want a perfume that says, I'm elusive yet I might be coaxed into bed. I'm elusive, but yes, maybe we could talk about what will happen.
Pepitone.
Yes, you want a perfume that says, I don't feel well, but I'm willing to make love.
Ooh, Pepitone.
You want a perfume that's going to give you the best chance of continuing the legacy of your family.
Pepitone.
You want a perfume that will make you ejaculate so hard that you will have to file a report with Interpol.
El Pepitone.
I'm talking about Eau de Pepitone. It's a perfume that comes in a tiny cartridge that is sold in a sealed vault off the coast of Malta. You have to get to Malta by a ship and then asked to see the sealed vaults and the cartridges in there. They'll know what you want. You'll
Pepitone.
want Eau de Pepitone.
Pick up your Eau de Pepitone today in Malta.
Wow, that felt good. You know, we've done a guided, we've done driving in the rain, we've done an Ode to Pepitone. I think we should continue like a greatest hits because
I love
it. You know, the last couple of podcasts have been interviewee, and
Yeah.
so we want to get back to our core, which are these dystopian. Let's do Al and Margaret. They're very dystopian.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they, you know, all of these bits, whether it be Ode to Pepitone or Driving in the Rain or Guided Meditations or Alan Margaret, they're all just a snapshot of where we're at, you know,
And you
as
paint
a
the picture so well.
as a society, you know, where these are snapshots. So enjoy your snapshot here, folks.
And now, checking in with Al and Margaret, the couple living inside Eddie Pepitone's head.
Al. Yeah, Margaret. I'm trying to finish this crossword puzzle. What is a 9-letter word for getting your head stuck in a vice? That would be spressacopia. Thank you, Al. You're welcome. Hey, Margaret, what's for dinner tonight? Oh, it's those noodles that have the little cheese sauce. Oh, yeah, it's like a fettuccine? Bingo, Al. I don't want to go to bingo tonight. No, I'm saying bingo that you got it right about the the cheese noodles, fettuccine. Oh, all right. Yeah, Margaret, did I say this to you recently? I love you very much. Oh, Al. Al, I have to tell you something, and I'm not proud of it. What? I'm just a disembodied voice that's part of Eddie Pepitone. Margaret, come here. You think I didn't know that? We're both not real. And guess what? It makes me love you even more. Do you know how batshit crazy that is, Al? I mean, that's clinically off the fucking charts. They wouldn't even accept you into a mental institution. And it's this kind of feistiness, Margaret, that attracts me to you. I love that you fight, Margaret, that you don't give up. Just because we're a disembodied voice doesn't mean that we can't have a passionate and full love life. Yes, Al. By the way, Al, I did get us 2 tickets to see Bruce Springsteen. Bruce Springsteen? You mean Bruce Springsteen? No. This is a Jewish fella, Bruce Springsteen, and he sings songs about kibbutzes and just the Israeli way of life over there. Especially, he's very focused on Tel Aviv. I don't want to... Margaret, I'd rather see Bruce Springsteen. I like songs about, diving into the river. Oh, Al, don't start singing diving into the river. Please don't start. Well, I just like it when I floor the car and I'm trying to get to Rosie on the highway. You don't sound anything like Springsteen. Well, the car is going 90 miles an hour and I'm looking for Rosie. That's nothing like him. Look, Margaret, we're both not real. We don't have bodies, yet somehow, in some way, we have the most amazing sexual contact, I think, of anybody I know. Oh, well, I don't know if I showed you this, but have you seen the tattoo I got of you on my right buttock? Let me see, you minx. Here it is. Oh, my God. You got a tattoo of me pouring the soup into the trash compactor? Yes, I did. Why such a banal image? I don't know. I like you and your banal stages. All right, Margaret. It's up to you. Al, I think this whole segment taught us that we don't really need to be real to have just like a real relationship. Margaret, I couldn't have said it any better myself. You are not real, and I love you.
And thanks for joining us on another episode of Checking In with Al and Margaret, the couple living inside Eddie Pepitone's head.
That felt good to check in with those guys.
Absolutely. I have a vision of the future sometime, it's just, 50, 60, 70 years in the future, and they're talking about the great Eddie Pepitone. And they reference this podcast as you slowly losing your mind. And they go, why didn't you do something about it? Tank it. You're just encouraging him the whole time.
Welcome to incarcerated comedians. Comedians incarcerated in their own minds. Not in real prisons, but in the one prison that mattered. The internal prison. And I'm Fred Johnson. Welcome to Incarcerated Comedians. We're here today with Bill. Bill, talk about your career.
Hey, folks, how we doing out there? We doing good out there? Hey, guard, how you doing? Looking good tonight. Good stuff. What you drinking?
Now, come on, Bill.
Hey, well, okay, so
Tell us about your career and what led you to this internal prison that we call ourselves.
I tell you, I was posting a lot of good stuff, folks, out there on the internet and whatnot, and I was doing a lot of different voices on there.
Yes, you are.
I did the voice of a Spanish guy, and it was too Spanish, and before I knew it, the cuffs were on me, and I was in prison.
Oh, Bill. Bill, what is it about humor that draws you to it?
Say it again.
Bill, his is something even a little more general and obtuse. What is it about it?
Well, I'm glad you asked. And it's folks, let me tell you something. When it comes to that, it's the essence of the experience and
yes,
the draw
Bill,
of
thank
the
you
action.
for coming on today. Thank you for coming on today. We are the biggest podcast here in Appalachia.
That's right.
It's called Appalachia Comes to You. And we bring you every week a new part of Appalachia. Today was Lincolnshire. We are located where the stills are, where they're making bourbon and false teeth to put on. To put on the residents. Remember, this is a big one. If you've lost your mind and you can't find it and you've really looked and it's been over 24 hours, don't report your mind missing if it's less than a day. But if it's in 72 hours is when we consider a mind missing. Isn't that correct?
I went to the cops. I was like, I lost my mind. They're like, it probably ran away. Probably just ran away.
How you doing? I'm Sergeant John Fredericks, and I just want to talk to the kids out there. If you haven't seen your mind for like 25 hours, let's say, that's still reasonable time. You may get it back, because a lot of times these minds, they seem like they want to run away for good, but they know where home is.
Yeah, look, what Sergeant Johnson's been trying to say is that, don't report stuff too quick.
Don't report stuff too quick because we have stuff to do. There's games on. A lot of us like to go fishing, deep sea fishing.
Love a fishing.
We don't use fishing poles or anything. We just strangle the fish.
Oh, yeah, I love with the
we
piano
dive
wire.
in with the piano wire.
That's right.
It's a Sicilian yacht club. We're the Sicilian Yacht Club.
I tell you, there's nothing like getting out in the open sea and strangling an ocean fish with some piano wire.
It's so good.
It's so good, man. And the camaraderie with the boys out there on the boat, and we'll whopping, and I'm throwing up and you're throwing up, and it's just like, oh, God, I love it. I love it. I love it. Plus, to see the life go out of a fish is something powerful.
Folks, I want to ask you now to put down your barbells. I want you to sprinkle the mats you were on with the ginger lime talc powder that you bought from us here at Hondo Industries. Now, just put that ginger lime talc powder on your mat and just let it sit there for a little bit. And then in a couple of minutes, I'm going to ask you, all of you, to take your clothes off and roll in the ginger lime. If you have an open cut, I'm going to ask you to roll even harder. An open wound will be healed by the ginger lime talc. All right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sing a Neil Diamond song. called Cracklin' Rosie. Crackling. Roll around in a lime and ginger talc, everybody. And Cracklin' Rosie, I see that you're coming down. Cracklin' Rosie, you knew it wouldn't last. Roll around the ginger line. Cracklin' Rosie, I'm glad we had this time. Cracklin' Rosie, I'm glad our time is here. Cracklin' Rosie, I don't regret a minute with you. Cracklin' Rosie. All right. Well, Kev,
Beautiful stuff going on. I like hearing.
I don't know where that was going because I really got into the Neil Diamond impersonation. I felt like I nailed him.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
You know,
I felt like I was coming to America. You know what I mean? Like
I'm coming to America.
We're coming to America.
The most violent place on earth. If you pull into the wrong driveway or ring the wrong doorbell, you'll be blown away because the whole country is armed to the teeth.
Standing your ground
And
in America.
Paranoid. Really, it's fucked up. It's fucked up, and that's what this podcast is about, Apocalypse Soon. People, this country is armed to the teeth, economy collapsing, everybody acting like it's all right. Well, we don't act this way on Apocalypse Soon. That's why we ask for your Patreon contributions, $5 bread, $20 circus, or any number in between. Please. We are experiencing some issues with our bread supply here.
Wow.
We make our own bread at Apocalypse Soon, right?
We do. It's
and we use a lot of
process.
turmeric. We use a lot of turmeric. And our turmeric supply, the supply line was blown up, and we think it's Navy SEALs.
Yeah. But it's probably better if we just don't know. You know, it's probably better if we
Yeah, because if I knew,
just,
I'd be angry.
Yeah. But probably just it was
Anyway, please
natural causes.
write us a review.
Yes.
Right? You tell them.
Write a review on iTunes. Go subscribe to YouTube right now. If you want to get these videos out the day that they come out, that's where we go to Patreon. And we also put some extra episodes on there. So far, we got 2, but we also get exclusive Eddie Pepitone stand-up content of him working stuff out at the Comedy Store and various other places. There's right now, I think we've got 4 or 5
At least, something like
stand-up
that.
sets.
It's about 5 videos and...
At the very least, if you're a Pepitone fan, you got to check that out because I absolutely fantastic sets, just very very loose and hilarious, and just everything that people enjoy
working
about
stuff out on the road and
you.
having a good time on the road.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, what?
I was thinking we could close it out with you doing a toast at the end of the world.
Okay.
Just you know what I mean? Because we're already doing so many characters and whatnot. We might as well throw one more
All right,
in
let's
there.
do it.
All right. And now, Eddie Pepitone gives a toast at the end of the universe.
I'm going to ask everybody to raise a glass. This is the end, folks. The absolute end. We had a good run. We invented a lot of things. All right, a lot of us got laid. You know, and I'm sorry, Bob, that you didn't get laid a lot. A lot of us got laid. A lot of us invented things. A lot of us just had some good breakthroughs in therapy. A lot of us had a great surgery. Anyway, I just want to say that sorry the world eventually had to collapse because we didn't know how to love. We didn't know how to love, and I think if you don't know how to love, this is what happens to a civilization, right? And so I want to say I am so sorry, but you're all distracted by your phones. The last 20 years, you couldn't even talk to anybody. They were on their fucking phones. So this is what happens when you become narcissistic. You don't reach out to your fellow man. You just go deeper and deeper into your distractions and your magical thinking. The fossil fuel industry and all the corporations who have bought and paid for, your representatives, they fucking just, They pick the environment and people apart till they're exhausted and collapse. And so here we are. We didn't have the foresight. We didn't have the adulthood. We didn't have the maturity to stop it. And this is what happens. And still, I'm proud of each and every one of you. Each and every one of you. Because, it was written. It was written. And we did the damn writing. Salud.
Thanks for joining us on Apocalypse Soon, the podcast with no upside.